I'm feeling I got a killer, I got a killer, I got a killer.
Welcome to watch Sinister Narrative. Today we're examining the 5 scariest and disturbing serial killer. Number 1. Gary Ridgeway, known as the Green River Killer. Gary Ridgway, born in Salt Lake City, Utah in 1949, moved to Washington State as a child. Little did anyone know, the quiet neighborhood of Renton would soon become synonymous with fear. Ridgway's killing spree began in the mid-1980s, targeting young women, primarily sex workers, along the Green River. His method involved luring his victims with offers of work or rights, then strangling them. The exact number of Ridgway's victims isn't clear and is estimated to be between 49 to 80. Despite numerous leads and public outcry, Ridgway evaded capture for years. It wasn't until 2001, after DNA technology advanced, that authorities finally linked Ridgway to the Green River killing through genetic evidence found at the crime scenes. This breakthrough leads to Ridgway's arrest, marking a turning point in the investigations. Upon his arrest, Ridgway confessed to the murders, providing detailed accounts of his crimes. His confession was a mix of relief and horror for the families of his victims, offering them some closure but also reopening old wounds. Finally, Ridgway was sentenced to life imprisonment plus 480 years, effectively ensuring he would die in jail. Number 2. Robert Pickton, known as the Pig Farmer Killer or the Butcher. Robert Pickton was born on October 24, 1949 in Port Coquitlam, suburb of Vancouver, British Columbia. He came from a family with a history of violence and mental illness, which would later become the backdrop against which his own horrific actions unfolded. Robert initially used his own van car. After stealing the 6 workers, brought them to her cabin on the farm, and after imprisoning and raping them, finally after killing the girls, in order to leave no trace, he used the body parts of the girls to feed his pigs. And in the end, although Robert had committed 49 murders, the police were able to prove 26 of these murders. Finally, in 2024, Robert Pickton, when was 74 years old, was seriously injured. 2 weeks after the attack of his cellmate, he died due to his injuries on May 31 in a hospital in Quebec. Number 3. Jeffrey Dahmer, known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or the Milwaukee Monster. Jeffrey Dahmer was born on May 21, 1960 in Milwaukee, United States. Between 1978 and 1991, he brutally slaughtered 17 men. He was also fond of cannibalism because he believed that by eating the flesh of his victims, they would come back to life inside him. Dahmer was finally arrested on July 22, 1991. When the police broke into his house, they found incontrovertible evidence including served hands in the refrigerator and gruesome photos of dismembered bodies that quickly exposed his crimes. This arrest led to the end of Dahmer's brutal crimes, and he was sentenced to death. Finally, on November 28, 1994, Dahmer was bludgeoned to death by his cellmate, Christopher Scarver. Number 4. Andrei Chikatilo, known as the Rostov Ripper. The number of confirmed victims is 53, and the possible number of victims is 56. Chikatilo was born on October 16, 1936 in Ukraine. At first, he was a teacher in a school, but he was finally fired because of some immoral behavior with the students. Between 1978 and 1990, Chikatilo murdered more than 53 women and children in Soviet Union. He was accused of terrible crimes including murder, rape, and mutilation. The scary part of the story is that a man has been convicted and executed for one of Chikatilo's murders, which he confessed after being arrested. Chikatilo was finally executed in 1992 at the age of 56. Number 5. Anatoly Onoprienko, known as the Beast of Ukraine or the Terminator. The number of confirmed victims is 52, and the possible number of victims is more than 52. Anatoly, who was born on July 25, 1959 in Ukraine, in total he killed more than 52 people between 1989 to 1996. From the age of 7, he was sent to orphanage by his father and older brother, and because of this, He hated the families and started killing. After his arrest, Anatoly described himself as a robot who killed his victims under the control of otherworldly forces. He also claimed that he will resume his activities if he released from prison. Finally, Anatoly was sentenced to death, but because of a change in the law, he was sentenced to life imprisonment. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe us.